Thank you all very much. What a joy to be here. I believe we're on the verge of the greatest time to be alive, but here's the problem. Our government doesn't work like it needs to work. The gridlock in Washington makes it harder for people to rise up. More people are living in poverty today, 6 million more people than the day that Barack Obama got elected president. The middle class in a recovery has declining income. 6.5 million people are working part-time, and most of them want to work full-time. Workforce participation rates are lower today than they were in 1977. And for the first time in American history, businesses are closing at a rate faster than they're opening. This is not the America that will lead the world. This is not the America that will make sure that children will have more opportunities than their parents. What we need to do is restore the right to rise in this country by fixing a few really big complex things that we've allowed to languish for too long. How we tax, the most convoluted regulatory system in the world. I don't need to tell Iowans about the EPA rules as it relates to water, and now the new rules as it relates to air that will stifle the ability of industry to be created and agriculture to work leading the world. We have serious, serious problems. We need to embrace the energy revolution in our country to be energy secure with North American resources in a short period of time, with American ingenuity, American innovation, and American technology. And we have to have the courage to preserve and protect our entitlement systems for sure, but recognize that the world has changed, that we're aging far longer, that the system was designed in a different space and time. We need to find a consensus to preserve what we have, but then make sure that we can make sure it exists for the next generation. If we do those things, our budget would be moved towards surplus, and we would grow our economy far faster than 2%. People would be lifted out of poverty, and the great middle of our country that defines who we are would get a pay raise for the first time in a long, long time. And that's what we should be doing. I know a little about this because I got to be governor of a purple state, Florida. It's not red like Texas, and it's not blue like California. It's right down the middle. 500,000 more Democrats than Republicans. I was the most conservative governor in the state's history, but I had a reformer's heart. And we cut taxes every year totaling $19 billion. We reduced the state government workforce by 13,000. In fact, you can fire someone for incompetence in state government in Florida. I'm sorry, that's a really radical idea. And you can reward public servants that do a better job. We changed the system and we shrunk it, but I think the services are a lot better because of it. Ask the people that had to deal with 8 hurricanes and 4 tropical storms whether the state government was there to take care of their needs during 16 months, where tragedy took place in every one of our communities. We reformed our education system. Florida was at the bottom of education, 50th out of 50 states in graduation rate. Because we created the first private school programs, we expanded our charter schools, we eliminated social promotion in 3rd grade, we put reading coaches in every school, we had accountability like nobody's business. Guess what? We graded schools A, B, C, D, and F. No one could say an A school wasn't better than an F school. The net result was we've had a 50% improvement in graduation. And Florida's student achievement has had the greatest gains during this time of any state. I know how to fix things because I was a governor, a reform-minded governor that improved things. Our income grew at 4.5%, 4.4% every year. We could grow our economy far faster and it would lift people's spirits up. But we have to fix these things in Washington, and right now we have a president that pushes down anybody that disagrees with him, and he elevates himself with this sophisticated, nuanced view, and the net result is nothing gets done. Nothing gets done, but it can. We can fix this. And if we do, we'll have more confidence to lead the world again. The United States plays a constructive role in the world by being the ally of our friends, where they know that we have their back. And having our enemies fear us a little bit, that's how you create a more peaceful world. When you pull back, voids are filled. And sadly today we have a void that has been filled, a caliphate the size larger than Iowa. Thousands and thousands of trained forces organized to destroy Western civilization. I'm not exaggerating. Today, the FBI director says the thing that keeps him up at night are homegrown terrorists. They're inspired by ISIS. We should be taking out ISIS. We should have a strategy to deal with ISIS rather than admit that we don't have one. Each and every day that they exist, they gain more power. They recruit more people. The next president of the United States, if I'm president, we will have a strategy on day one to take out this grave threat to our national security and to the world. I promise you that. The president has no strategy, and Hillary Clinton has no strategy. Their strategy is to say it's somebody else's fault. It's time we had a president that accepted responsibility for the duties of the presidency. If there's a problem, don't say the dog ate my homework, which is what we hear all the time. Accept responsibility to fix it. That's what leaders do. I believe we're on the verge of the greatest time to be alive if we're strong, rebuild our military, show support for the veterans, bring back competency in government, and grow our economy at a far faster rate. I don't know about you. Put aside your ideologies just for a brief moment. Do you think that the federal government is operating in a way that shows respect for the taxpayers of this country? A hospital in Denver is being built. It was supposed to cost $200 million. Now, the Veterans Department has to come to Congress to ask for enough money to spend $1.8 billion to build a hospital for the greatest military men and women that are retired and are deserving of this service. That is ludicrous. People don't get fired anymore in Washington, D.C. How about the Office of Personnel Management? In charge of the Human Resource Office, in effect, the HR office of the federal government. 22 million files have been taken allegedly by the Chinese, even though the Inspector General of that same department said, be careful, we don't have the cybersecurity necessary to protect our servers. Even though that came about, nothing happened, and the net result is that classified information that allows for security clearances is now in the hands of the Chinese. Put aside your ideology. I hope you want a president that the roll sleeves and fix these broken systems for crying out loud to make sure that we serve the people. No more $800 million healthcare.gov websites. No more cost overruns in the Defense Department and all these other places. We need a competent leader that will accept responsibility to fix these things. And I believe that I'm the guy to do it. I humbly ask for your support, and here's my deal. I'm a Republican, and I'm a proud conservative, and I have a record of reform that is unmatched of anybody running. But I believe in order to fix these things, we need to come together as a nation. I'm tired of the divides. I respect people that don't agree with me. It's okay to disagree with me. I don't ascribe bad motives for people that disagree with me. They may be wrong. That's fine. We'll have a lively debate. But we need to forge consensus again to fix how we tax, how we regulate, how we restore the military, how we restore our intelligence capability. We need to build a bipartisan consensus again as it relates to foreign policy. So I campaign the way that I would govern. Out amongst everybody. No rope lines. Totally out in the open. I campaign in the Latino communities in Spanish, asking them to join our cause. I campaign in the African American communities, saying, join us because we believe in education reform so your children can be lifted up. On college campuses, amongst Republicans and independents and Democrats alike. If they don't like my views, I respect that, but they know that I have a heart for them. The next president is going to have to unite this country, and I'm going to campaign in a way that sends the signal, enough of this divide. We need to fix things in Washington, D.C. Thank you all very much.